Get yourself a life and make it work. Make it work. What's the sense in all the drama? Hate is such a waste of time. Yeah. I just want to live the good life, the good life. You got your game, I got mine. If I was in your
shoes, did you do any formal music training yourself?
In a word, no. Basically, when I was young, the idea of sitting and learning and taking that time and having that discipline to sit and learn keyboards, especially because I was hearing it by ear, that's how I play, and I just couldn't be bothered. I totally regret now. I wish I'd actually sat and disciplined myself.
How does it hold you back?
It's things like being able to say, okay, to the band, this is what I want you to do. This major seventh, this diminished, off I go.
Right.
Which I don't have here. I have it here, and I have it there, but I don't have it here. I grew up in the church. My tutelage was at church, on the pulpit every Sunday. The minister would give his sermon, and now Sister Beverley is going to come and sing for us. And you knew if it was working, because the congregation either went, or they went, oh, hallelujah, oh. It was that, you know, and that's how you learned. What was interesting was at school, I had to go to just a regular comprehensive school, nothing like this is amazing here, just a regular school, and the music teacher was really keen on just getting anybody who was interested into music and to express. So things like projection and you know, singing right from the diaphragm, using that power and all those kinds of things I learned at school.
So she knew that anyway, they got that sort of technique training?
Absolutely, that technique stuff you know, came out and manifested itself luckily when I was very young, and it stayed with me ever since. And just expression of performance, and that came from church, for sure.
Yeah. So now you've been doing, this is your 6th album.
Yeah.
And you've done every major venue in the world. And you've worked with Prince, and you've worked with Sting, and now you work with Shaka Khan and Beverley. And all of those people, do you still get nervous? Did you ever get nervous?
Not really nervous, but I was always the one who was like, right, ready, let's, come on, grab it, let's do it, let's do it.
Bring it on.
You know, so I never had that kind of fear. I guess because my whole life was spent on a stage of sorts, you know, the pulpit, where I was imitating the flourishes of the minister who's doing all of this stuff. So I was always happy to be
familiarity.
There. I think that's what it is, the familiarity.
Yeah, on stage, off stage, on
Absolutely.
stage, on stage, and it sorts itself out. Because we have a lot of problems with nerves. I mean, a lot of people do. But that's, so just don't have them. That's the advice. Just don't have them. What do you do for the last half hour before you go on stage then? Are you pacing around going, come on, come on, come on?
Just enjoying, relaxing.
Relaxing,
you know,
just
getting into the zone, knowing that, you know, there's a crowd of folk out there ready to see you, and, you know, just preparing mentally in my mind to get out there.
What about warm-ups? What about vocal
warm-ups? Oh, vocal warm-ups for sure. And Billy, she often leads the vocal warm-ups, which are fantastic, because if you have had a rough night the night before and there are certain things you need to smooth through, or you need to get that elasticity in your voice, gotta warm up.
How long do you warm up for? How long's your warm-up session?
It could be anything from half hour to, you know, 45 minutes. Depends how rough the night was before. I look at the music industry, I see you guys who, I've been banging on to Billy about it, saying, oh my God, I'm going to talk to the real future of music as opposed to the plastic future of music. Those are the things that you guys will be rallying against, just by being you, by being real, by not just because you're technically great and all those kinds of things, but because you're here because you actually have a real passion for music and wherever it takes you, as opposed to, I want to be famous. that really winds me up, that I want to be famous. I only ever wanted to sing. I wanted to be on stage and have a receptive audience, and you go home and everybody's clapped and you're like, it's great, now can I do it again? As opposed to, I'm doing this because of the limo and, you know, Heat magazine are going to write about me. Who gives a... just rubbish.
Just want to be absolutely great.
So just to be brilliant, to strive for being the best you can be.
You are so driven and so motivated.
Get yourself a life and make it work. Make it work. What's the sense in all the drama? Hate is such a waste of time.